Hiya, I'm in Manchester at the moment in the ubiquitous Travel Lodge, hence all of the white behind me and no personality in the room whatsoever. I've just been for a run, only a short 3 mile run, and it's actually at the end of quite a hard day. I've been working for Shakespeare Schools Festival, so I've been dealing with a lot of kids today and kind of running up and down 3 flights of stairs about possibly 20 or 30 times today. So not the best place to do a run from, but there you go. So how am I getting on with everything? Yeah, really well. I've my short runs, generally about 20 seconds pace faster than normal, which for me is fantastic. I am a slow runner. I very much doubt that I will ever be a fast runner. One thing I am possibly struggling with is my asthma. It's the change of the seasons, so I find that always really tough with my asthma. Although I have a good lung capacity, my lungs don't work as effectively as they would do normally. And at the moment, and for a while, even though I've been testing and changing my medication under the advice of my asthma nurse, of course, I have that hideous, dry, barking cough that many asthmatics will be familiar with. It especially affects me at night, and I'm waking up an awful lot because I'm coughing myself awake, which obviously has effects on the rest of my life. But when I'm running, especially the shorter, faster runs, I feel a real tightness in my chest, and I find it's difficult for my lungs to work well. And what I'm not sure about is if that's my asthma or if that's me not being as fit as I could be. And I don't really know how to figure that out, to be honest. I don't really know if I should push myself further and faster, or if that's going to trigger an asthma attack. And because I run on my own, I don't really want to chance it, to be honest. I don't really want to have a full-on asthma attack while I'm out on my own. They are scary, and even as an adult, I know what to do, and even after several asthma attacks, I know what to do. It doesn't stop it being really, really scary. I don't have any running friends, and so I'm not prepared to push that. And so I don't know if I could be faster than I am, if I could just get over this barrier. I guess the answer is to find some running friends, really. But the actual barefoot aspect of things, it's feeling so much more natural now. I sometimes aren't sure if I'm putting the ball of my foot down first, and that's because actually I am, and that's now natural to me. Whereas when I first started, I would think I had the ball of my foot down and it was actually in my heel, whereas now it's natural for me to land mid-foot, forefoot first, which is fantastic news, because then I am obviously making progress. Another thing that I find really useful to keep in my head is this idea of running on paws, like a paws of an animal. Often when I think of that in my head, I think of my giant German Shepherd that I used to have, and he had gigantic feet, massive, massive paws. Even as a puppy, he had these gigantic paws, but he was so quiet. You never heard him in the way that you would think for an animal of his size. So I try and keep that image of my head, how you can run even at my weight and not make lots of noise, and that's a really nice image to have in my head. So that's going really well. I've got my first half on Saturday. It's Monday now. I'm really excited and nervous and everything else, but I am doing it in my Innovate trainers that I've been given, and I am doing it in the barefoot style, which I think for me in, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, is a real achievement to be able to run 12 miles in a barefoot style. Admittedly, I don't have the full barefoot trainers. They have a 6mm drop on them, partly because of how tight my calves was, and Helen wasn't happy putting me in a full barefoot trainer. But nonetheless, I am running in the right style. I feel much more efficient. I'm not as knackered after a run as I always used to be, and the whole thing just doesn't feel quite so much like an effort as it used to be. So the transition's going well. I'm really, really chuffed with the whole thing. and I'm really looking forward to my first half marathon, especially as I am running in this new style. So I'll let you know how that goes, and I'll speak to you soon.